Obado's removal from office by ODM party, the Orange Democratic Movement party, to initiate proceedings to ensure that Migori Governor Okoth Obado is removed from office is a tricky one, and is because of many reasons. First of all, it is tricky because it is laced with a lot of political undertones, coming at a time when there is too much political heat in the country. Of course, ODM party decision follows the decision of an anti-corruption court earlier this week, where the governor for Migori was barred from office on corruption-related charges. He still, remember, has another case, a murder case, involving a university student, which is still pending in court. But it's also important to know that this is not the first time there are threats to remove Governor Obado of Migori County from office. In September 2018, 23 out of the county's 60 MCAs had signed a memorandum, a petition to remove Obado from office on grounds of integrity after he was charged with the murder of the university student, Sharon Otieno. That case is still in court, but the threat to remove him did not go far. Removing a governor, of course, in Kenya from office is in line with Article 181 of the Constitution of Kenya, which provides for the removal of a county governor if the county boss is in gross violation of the Constitution or any other law in Kenya. The Constitution also, remember, maintains that a governor might be impeached if there are serious reasons to believe that the governor has committed a crime under the national law or even the international law. So MCAs or members of the county assembly of that county may present a notice to the speaker and move a motion for the removal of the governor under Article 181, as I've said, of the Constitution. But the member must also be supported by at least a third of all members of that county assembly to move the motion. This latest decision by ODM party, the opposition party in Kenya, raises temperatures not only nationally but in Migori County. But ODM itself wants to remove the governor Obado in a county where we have 27 elected MCAs under ODM party and another 15 nominated by the same party. What that does is it brings us to a total of 42 MCAs who are basically under the ODM party in that county assembly. That means technically that majority of them are actually under the ODM party. 13 of them are in that county elected by other or with other political parties, including 5 who I think are elected on Jubilee Party. So on paper, if you look at that summary, it looks like it is easy for ODM to have their way and impeach the governor, Obado. But in practice, perhaps on the ground, things may be different. So even if the ODM party will have its way through the county assembly, assuming that works, then the Senate in Nairobi will still have to debate and make a decision, make a determination on that particular issue. And when it comes to the Senate, things may take a totally different turn, looking at what has happened in other cases, like the case of Embu, where the county assembly passed to impeach governor of Embu, Governor Wambora, and later, twice actually, the Senate turned that down, so the governor is still in office. There are several issues when you look at this move by the ODM party on Governor Obado. There are several issues which come out very clearly politically. We remember all that Governor Obado will not be running for political office. In 2022, he is serving his last term. This is his second term. So in 2022, he will not be there. So technically, first of all, no MCAs may find it so compelling to side with him because of political interest. Because, I mean, MCAs have their own interest as well. Secondly, they might still not want to be, they may still want to be loyal to their party, which is the ODM, those 42 MCAs. So it becomes very tricky. And thirdly, it will be in ODM's interest to show that they still have political might in that county of Migori. And those three issues still complicate the whole issue, that here is a governor who will be living in 2022. Here is a county assembly which is dominated by the ODM party, and here are MCAs who will still continue wanting to be MCAs or to be even MPs or whatever it is. So it is a jigsaw puzzle. It's something you play around with. But what are the real reasons for ODM, in my view, of wanting to remove Governor Obado from office, despite the fact that he has two very serious cases in court now?
And sharing with his children openly. It's only him who can be accused of murdering his girlfriend. Very few people can be accused of that. So I want to repeat that point because it is very important that he must be starved of the sympathy he fervently seeks, especially from the very people he has ostensibly stolen from. You cannot steal from people and then you seek sympathy from them. By the way, the 73 million that is being accused of stealing, if that is the only money he has stolen, 73 million, which is used in paying school fees for his children in Australia or Scotland, etc. And he has the capacity even to go to the bank and borrow money and pay school fees. There are other Kenyans who cannot even afford, and they are in Migori, who cannot even afford to pay day school fees. This 73 million can pay for 1,000 students in Migori County day school fees for 1 year. We assure ODM MCAs who have signed the petition to remove Obado from office that the party will stand with them fully against attempts by the governor to intimidate and blackmail them. We urge the government to ensure the security of the Migori MCAs and protect them from any form of intimidation and blackmail. Because what Obado is doing in Migori is simply to visit terror on people. And he has done it for far too long. And I think he now even thinks he can visit terror on the party leadership. I want to tell him he's mistaken. He cannot visit terror on everybody. Later today, we are going to furnish the government with the names of Migori County Executive Committee members, directors of various departments, contractors, chief officers, MCAs, officials and suppliers who are currently involved in raising money and also diverting public funds to bribe MCAs and finance violence in the county. Those CECs, directors, suppliers, contractors and county assembly officials are currently holed up in Nairobi, Kisumu and Migori. As soon as we forward those names, we will expect police to act with speed to arrest the individuals so that law and order can be maintained and justice is not subverted in Migori. That is the end of my formal statement. And I don't want to add much to this. It's very clear that Obado is trying to divert and seek sympathy from the public, the very public he has been accused of stealing from. And I've just mentioned how much the 33 million can do. Some of the people who I see in social media trying to defend Obado, if they fall sick in Migori, they will be taken to Kisii for treatment. Because there is no referral hospital in Migori. And yet the public funds meant for provision of services are being diverted to pay school fees and upkeep of children of people who can manage on their own to cater for such expenses. I think it is a high time that as a country we start holding our leaders to account and stop this idea of taking cheap handouts to represent, to speak on behalf of someone who needs no defense at all. The party, I want to wind up so that I can allow my SG to add more to this statement. The party has no personal issues with Obado. As a matter of fact, remember when Obado was confronted with the murder case, we did not even start the impeachment process because that time the court did not pronounce itself that Obado should not access his office. But this time the circumstances are different, and that is why we are calling for him to either resign or wait for the impeachment. By the way, the process is on. I am seeing some people saying numbers are going to be there. We only need 19 members to initiate the process. But those who even insisted in signing before we asked the signatures, the signing to be done, are already 27. There are others who are calling us, they want to come and sign. And that is only ODM. What of the other parties? We have not even made attempts to reach out to other MCs. I think the governor should be honorable enough just to vacate office, allow his deputy to discharge functions for the remainder of the term, that is 2 years.
One, the ODM party, for anyone who is Kenya, who has been following this thing, political events in Kenya, the ODM party has lately, in Kenya's eyes, lost its reform credentials. And especially after it started to work with the ruling party, that is Jubilee. Many things have happened. It is no longer said, many people say it is no longer outspoken on corruption issues like before. You know, if you look at the KEMSA issue and the way ODM came out, this is not the original ODM. Many people talk about it that way. It is now known as a sanitizer. In fact, many people even on social media call it a sanitizer, a laundry agent, on many matters. And so Governor Obado presents the ODM party with a wonderful time and as a target to cleanse, even if you wish, to sanitize itself, because those accusations have been many. And so what way to look around and reclaim itself and wash itself as a reform party as it used to be known as an opposition party. That's first. Secondly, Obado is also being targeted because he's basically a good friend, political friend, to Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, who is also focused on 2022 succession race to be president in Kenya. And so the ODM party is also strategizing to take power. But now Obado is working as a political friend to what looks like the opposer of ODM. So it presents a wonderful time to flex muscle so that to cut off that influence of Governor Obado and the friendship with DP Ruto, because he will be one of the key lieutenants who will take definitely the deputy president to that South Nyanza region, take him around, campaign with him, market him, using his own networks and the DP's networks. Remember, Governor Waititu was also facing other charges like this, but he was targeted more because of being one of the key allies of the deputy president. So, in a nutshell, that is partly why. There's also the issue of Luo succession politics. You see, in South Nyanza and where Migori sits, we have on the eastern side, we have Homa Bay. The Luo succession race is now a hot political issue. Remember, Raila Amolo Odinga is aging. He's growing old, and he may soon actually leave political stage. There is therefore need to have someone progressively start fitting into his shoes. Now, what else or who else can actually fit that? It is the governors. All governors in that region do not seem to fit in those shoes. They are not strong enough. Some of them are actually serving for the first term, and they will want to move into the second term as governors before thinking of taking a step in another direction. And so because of this, those who are there will want to keep the governorship, and those who are leaving, like the Homa Bay governor, may not fit the bill. And because of this, Governor Obado presents a person who may, if you wish, look like he is the one who is very strong and may actually fit into these very big shoes of Raila Amolo Odinga. And so because of this, there are jostles, you know, there are jostles, political jostles for power in Luo Nyanza to fill in. And so the fight is actually very intense right now, that any person who presents or any reason presenting itself for that fight becomes very serious. And then the other issue is the Migori gubernatorial seat in 2022. That seems also to be another problem which is setting the stage for the removal of Governor Obado. Remember, I have said he works politically with Deputy President William Ruto. But remember, Senator Ochilo Ayako, who is the senator for the Migori County, is also eyeing this seat. And they have never been political buddies or friends with Governor Obado. And there are also others who are eyeing this seat. And what other way of hitting a political fall than when a chance presents itself like it has? So, how do you cut him? You cut him by ensuring he's not in office. And you use and cut his influence, cut his money, because having been in power as governor for a while, he has cut an itch and he has influence. He has networks. And remember, he is also a very good mobilizer, and his rough politics is not easy to deal with. So this presents a chance for many of his nemesis, many of his political foes to want to look at him and hit him very hard. Another issue is about the ODM party itself. You know, the ODM party and the Governor Obado have not been political friends since the governor took over office. Now, the party has been looking for ways of dealing with Governor Obado. And timing in politics is very important. So, the ODM party has looked around and seen that the best time for ways or to deal with the difficult governor is right now. Remember, he's still facing the corruption charge, which he has just been confirmed in court and he's been barred from office. Secondly, he still has the murder charge of killing his so-called girlfriend. And so these two are very weighty matters and very tricky for him. And this is the time when he looks like he has been boxed down. So the ODM party, looking at him as a person who has been very difficult for them to deal with and who has friends across the political divide, presents itself with a very good time to box him out once and for all. So the ODM party is also using this as a chance to fight and ensure they take control of that region, of that county, and remove him from office. These are the reasons. I think you could be having your own reasons, but these are the reasons I think that the ODM party decided this is the time to deal with Governor Obado. Until next time, when we also look at another political issue emerging in the country, it's bye for now.